Anyone can ask.
Yeah, I got a question.
Jay.
So I've been doing a lot of research and stuff like that on this topic, on meditation and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
First of all, I'd like to say, I forget who it was, but I think it was Karen who asked a question last week regarding control and stuff like that on day-to-day basis, right?
Yeah.
So one thing I really realized in my life, I'm not sure if anyone else can elaborate on this or anything like that, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays when you're teaching this, those days everything goes well, right? So the next morning everything will go well, everything will go into order, right? But the days that we're not doing this, so for example on a Saturday or in stuff like that, right? Then you go back into the dark, you're hanging out with the same toxic people, and just you go back into the level, right? So we have to, like, one thing that I've really improved in my life was to keep this at a continuous basis. And that's actually one of the reasons I actually just bought one of these things. So this has 109 beads on it.
Yes.
And every morning now, I breathe, I have 109 deep breaths to start my day.
Good.
And so that's really helped me. It could help anyone else too. That's one thing I would like to say. Another thing I had a question was, what's the difference between mantra witness and the way you teach meditation?
Okay. It's really nice, Avraj, that you start taking action on it. And also you start understanding the difference when you do, how your energy is, and when you don't do, what your energy is. And you bought this mala. It has 108 beads actually. The 9th one is called Guru bead. It's for master. So I will explain all these things to you, right? So this is important because we do meditation, but understanding why we do meditation, what these impacts are, is more important than just doing the meditation. So first, let's look at mantra, right? Mantra cannot be looked at just in isolation as just mantra. There are 5 things. Manan, I will explain all this in English. Manan, mala, mantra, aman. So man is like an ego, which deflects us all over the place. And the key features of ego is kam, krodh, lo, moh, ahankar. 5 words again. The lust, the anger, the greed, the attachment, and this is attachment like a mother has an attachment for a child, right? That type of attachment. And the proud is the forms of the ego. Yeah. And this ego doesn't let us connect with ourselves. So we need to go from man to manan, from mind to no mind in modern language. But how we go to the no mind? Because we do everything through our own mind. So that's where the mala comes in. So 108 are the chakras in our body. We focus on 7 chakras, but actually there are 108 chakras. And when you hold a mala, mala has a master in it. That's a guru bead. That's why 109. It should be 108. And you start reciting the mantra, right?
So is the guru one?
Which word do you use? Tell me. I'll use that one.
No, I said, is the guru one? Here, I'll show you. So is the guru one the fat one right here at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So what we do is we start reciting the mantra. And the master gives you the mantra because he wants you to anchor. That's the concept of langar is, right? Langar means anchoring. So we are living in so many dimensions of the mind. You know, we feel, we angry, we jealous, we are scared, we are fearful. These are the dimensions of the mind are. So what you do is, with your master's blessing, with that trust, you start saying those words. Let's say Jesus Christ, Christ, Christ. The moment you say Christ, you're anchoring back. And instead of thinking 1,000 things, you start thinking one thing. So this is how you settle your mind down. It's like an intoxication, but in a very positive way, just like alcohol, drugs, illusion does it to you. The same with the mantra does, because mantra comes like tantra. Tantra is like that induction you have. It's an induction, but with the guru in a very positive way. So when you do these things, the different dimensions of the mind start settling down, Avraj. And what happens is initially you say very loud and very quickly. Slowly the pitch goes down and you start saying very slowly. So between the two mantras, you start increasing the gap. The mantra is not important. What is important is that gap and subtle and peaceness in between. So this is where the mind starts dissolving and you start coming back. So this is a way to go from a mind to no mind, because infinite of yourself can only be seen if you become infinite. And to do that, you have to get out of the mind. Where the mind ends, meditation starts. So mantra is a way to come back home, because we in that state. So we also teach active meditations, right? Where we stand, we jump, and that's even beyond, before even mantra. So you take your aggression, your anger, your all these things out, you become tired, then you start mantra, then you go into the meditation. So this is a way coming back home. So once you come home, you identify the self, and that's the concept in Sanskrit we call drashta, becoming a watcher. So when you start watching, you are not into the mind. The mind is playing games. Mind is saying, I'm angry, I'm jealous, I'm this, I'm that. But you start becoming a witness to that one. In the West, we use psychotherapy. All these therapies are based on to identify a problem, go deeper into that problem, solve that problem. Yes, it works, but it takes too long. Too many medications, too much effort. It's a business. In the East, what we do is we detach it. We don't even look at it. We start becoming witness to it. So we start saying, this is not real. This anger, this I'm feeling chest pain, or I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, I'm not able to, I'm suffocating, all those things. You start from the East perspective, I'm becoming a witness. I'm watching it. When you watch it, you are actually going into the meditation. And that's why some people say, I cannot watch. For them, meditation is very important, because when you start watching, you start detaching from all those things. When you detach from that thing, you become to your center. You're always calm. The cyclone is running around you all the time in this life. So many problems are coming, but you're at the center. It's calm. There's nothing in there. And you can see a meditative man, even in the high full stressful environments, he's very calm. And this is a practice we need to build. If you build this practice, you know, your anxiety, your depression, all these things we talk about in the West will go away. Just becoming mindful, just becoming meditative mind. So Avraj, it's wonderful you bought a mala. Actually, I'll give you a mala. And you anchor in that mala. Right now, you don't have a master, so I'll give you some words to practice from, and then you start anchoring on this thing. This is a very wonderful path, because I didn't tell you, you just going there. So this shows that you're actually working on it, and a meditative mind. And actually, I don't teach all the meditations. I teach only very subtle evening meditations. Like when we are in physical presence, we will do a lot of active meditation where we make you angry, make you cry, make you jump, make you do all those things, right? So all these things, what I'm trying to say, right from mantra to active meditations, are preparation to preparing for the meditative mind. The meditative mind is when I say, you know, watch yourself, watch your breath, your body is sleeping and you are awake. That's the real meditation. And if we start building that meditation in our life, and Sunny, if you're listening, you know, we can talk about this thing, but this is a wonderful way to get out of it. Because right now, most of the people who are depressed or in anxiety, they have a mala of depression. They keep increasing because they keep thinking about depression. We need not to detach from it and connect with the Guru Mala and call it Christ or Allah or whatever, whoever your master is, you start reciting it so you come back home. Meditation is a way to come back home. Meditation starts where mind ends. And in the mind is the suffering. So when you go into the meditations, you escape, you drop the sufferings. And that's why we do suffering. I hope that makes sense, Abraj.
Yeah, but how come when I do your meditation, I feel relaxed. I feel fully relaxed. But
Mm-hmm.
when I'm doing like my mom's meditation, when it comes just with breathing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm more connecting to myself in that sort of meditation.
Yeah. So it's also dependent on who is doing the meditations, right? Because I'm doing it for so long, I understand the human mind, and this is a esoteric in nature. Something comes out, right, which we cannot explain. There's no explanation for these things, and but the beauty is, mom was a teacher, so she gave you something. I'm a teacher, I'm giving something. Then somebody else will give you something, right? Depending upon your path journey, wherever you want to go. But it's a wonderful that you are able to distinguish, because once we distinguish, we know it, right? Once we know it, we can start walking on it. Right now, you have to build the stamina. So you are just beginning it, right? Once you practice for a year, 2 year, 5 years, this will become your nature. It will go into from a conscious to subconscious mind. And then you will always be stable from that perspective. And everybody has a fundamental right to be go to the self and be aware of yourself. And I think the journey for you has started.